Are we live?
We're live.
We're live. We're alive.
Woohoo!
That's good. It's always good to be alive.
Not alive.
Oh.
Live.
Hola, Unconventionals. Wow, I already have 136 people.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. I guess this is a good time.
Yeah, it must be. Or maybe it's because they're curious why we moved.
Oh, maybe.
All right, so let's get the announcements out of the way first before we start taking questions. So we did move. We had planned on staying in Manta for at least another year. But as we mentioned in several videos, the housing market in Manta is really tight right now. Mm-hmm. It's a seller's market, and our condo sold, and the new owner wanted to move in. So we had to move out.
Yep.
So we did. And we had to find a new place to live. And after visiting the mountains a few times over the past 6 months, Amelia convinced me that she wanted to move back to the mountains. And if I wanted to stay with her, I had to go.
Okay, I did not say that. But we did decide to revisit a little time in the mountains in between our travels. So that's what we're doing right now. And it's pretty exciting. I missed it. I missed, living over 20 years in Denver. I missed the mountains quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Actually, and the elevation's not bothering me like it used to. We think it's a combination of not drinking so much. We drank way too much wine when we lived in Cuenca. And I think that it may have been the major culprit with the elevation sickness. And also I've lost weight and I'm in better shape now than I was then. So I think those two things have helped quite a bit. So I'm not having any issues with the elevation.
A healthy lifestyle is key, right? No matter where you live.
Yeah. So the next announcement is our channel. So many of you know that we have two channels. Let me post the other one in the link here. Copy link. Let me post this in here. This is our other channel. We started this Live Abroad Now over a year ago, mainly just to be a repository of really highly focused expat information. Since then, we've been posting videos on both channels that really could have gone on either channel. And so we didn't really know how to divide the two channels up. But I think we finally figured that out. If those of you who saw our last video from Quito, that's going to be the format for Amelia and JP videos going forward. They're going to be like outdoor edutainment, adventure videos, showing what life is like in Ecuador and beyond, because we had intended on traveling internationally in Central and South America when we started our YouTube channel, but the pandemic put a hold on that. So now that we're coming out of it, we're hoping to do some more traveling internationally here, especially in Panama, Costa Rica, Colombia, Peru. That's our top.
Peru?
Peru.
No. Okay. I want to go to Uruguay. That was on the International Living Top 10 list, and I want to check it out.
I know Montevideo looks really beautiful.
Yes, that sounds really exotic to me.
Yeah, so going forward, that's what we're going to do. We're going to post those edutainment videos on Amelia and JP. They're going to be outside, us doing things and showing life. And then Live Abroad Now will be like our talking head educational video where we cover topics and share information like visas and shipping and frequently asked questions, interviews with experts and other expats.
Comparison information, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's highly educational, really geared towards informative, designed for future expats.
Yes.
Where Amelia and JP has always been more of an entertainment channel, and we have a lot of people who watch our videos who have no intention of moving to Ecuador. So we got to make sure and post videos that they want to watch too.
Yep, and it's fun for us too. It's nice to have that variety because we like doing both those types of videos.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy editing the outdoor adventure videos a lot more, but the Quito video took me 40 hours to edit. So I got to get a little bit faster with those videos. I don't have that much time to devote to one video.
Well, that's because you were trying some new things. JP was trying out some new techniques. Yeah. So there is a learning curve with that, of course. You got to cut yourself some slack.
I know. Some slack?
Some slack. I think I did say slap though.
Is there a way to make this bigger?
I know. I feel like I need to go way into.
I wonder if I can zoom in here.
Oh,
that's better.
Nice.
Oh, that's better. I can read it now.
Yeah, we couldn't read the comments. They were teeny, teeny, tiny. And even JP with his glasses.
Yeah.
It's not working that great.
So yeah, now with the new visa laws that are kind of going into effect now, About a third of our audience probably isn't going to qualify for a visa anymore, at least not the retirement visa, the pensioner's visa. So we want to show some other countries. Both Peru and Panama have lower income requirements. So they're still at Peru's at $800 and Panama's, I think, at $1,000 a month is all you need to show. So we want to go there and show those places for you, all of you guys who have to cross Ecuador off your list.
Well, but also we've always wanted to visit them. So it's a win-win as
Yes,
far as
I know.
I'm concerned. Maybe
can't-
some people don't feel that way though, so sorry. But
I've always wanted to see the Panama Canal.
I know, me too.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, well, there's so many cool places to visit in the world. And what's nice is that it's only a 2-hour flight to Panama City and I think to Lima, right? Lima's not that far either.
Yeah, they're
Colombia, we
all
have
of
lots
those
of places.
really close.
And more places to go inside Ecuador, like Loja, which JP, we still haven't been there, you guys. We've only driven through. I can't believe we've been in Ecuador for over 4 years and we've never actually spent any time in Loja. So that is going to be in the near future along with the Amazon. I'm very excited. And Mindo, which I think I mentioned every single live stream because we still have yet to go.
I know. I can't wait to see Mindo and all the birds there too. Deborah asks if it's possible to live comfortably on 1,500 in the mountain areas. Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, 15, especially for a single, you can definitely live very comfortably on 1,500 here.
Oh, and I just saw that somebody posted that there's 5 to 10 inches of snow in Evergreen. Okay, I am not missing that.
No, me
That is
neither.
not an aspect of mountain life that I miss in the slightest.
Celebrity cruise through the Panama Canal with a million people. Who would the celebrities be?
Yeah, I know, right?
We have not been to Baño Zambato yet. That is
No.
also on our list.
Yes. Oh,
The batteries won't charge on Mini. So I think that may have been the problem with the Quito video is more the batteries. The first battery was defective. After one use, it just threw an air code and wouldn't even charge. And now the other 2 batteries are doing the same thing. So I'm thinking it may have been a battery issue. Plus, they just didn't last very long. It was
Yeah.
like up in the air for 5 minutes and then it was telling me it was a low battery. So yeah.
yeah, it was frustrating. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll just get some new batteries and I don't know. We're a little nervous.
I think Mini's retired. Somebody asked if Cuenca is safe for single women.
Yeah.
Yes, we know a lot of single women who live in Cuenca, a lot.
Yes.
So you can, on the Facebook groups, you'll see a bunch of people posting, and in our Facebook group too, we have a group, and there's several single women in there, and we know a lot of single women here.
We do. We know several in Manta and in Salinas, Cotacachi. So you have a lot of good options.
They're 3 days away from their move to Ecuador.
Oh, yay. That's so exciting. We're very happy
Felicidades.
for you. And Maria wants to know if we're planning to visit Vilcabamba. Yeah, we'll do that when we go to Loja. We have been there before, and we did a couple old videos way back in the day. Was that from like 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago?
Almost 3 years ago. It'll be 3 years ago, June.
Yeah, but we'll go back. It's really beautiful there and nice weather too.
Yep.
So
Let's see. Somebody asked about 1,100 a month. As a single person, it depends on the quality of housing that you want to get, and also your health situation for your health insurance.
right.
The 2 most expensive expenses are housing and health insurance, and we pay at $194. I think now they just raised our rates. I can't remember. I think it's around $194 for both of us for health insurance, but. You can find houses for rent under $500.
Oh, yeah, and condos. Yeah, you can. There's a wide variety of price points. So if you have $1,000, $1,200, you should be just fine. Unless, like JP said, you have maybe use a lot of medications. But the health insurance itself is not as expensive here. Although we don't know what's going to happen with the cost of the IESS insurance now that they're changing the pension income requirements. So we still have a lot of unanswered questions with that. Probably you guys do too, but we're doing our best to get that information and keep you guys updated. What are you doing, JP?
You can keep talking.
Oh, okay. I can't see stuff. Operator error here.
Why is this on the wrong account?
I don't know. What are you doing? Delay of game.
No, you can keep talking.
Yeah, but I can't see stuff.
Oh.
So, okay, so I was just about to read a question. Someone had just asked about the investor visa, and from what we were told, the investor visa, the dollar amount has not changed. So it's what, 42,500 for the, no, that's not right. Yeah, that is right, 42,500. I was thinking, yeah. Maité confirmed that with us yesterday, that has not changed, but she also said that they are still waiting for clarification on several things. So I guess for this moment in time, nothing has changed with the investor visa or the professional visa. But as I said, that could change in a couple weeks.
Sorry, Amelia.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Something's not working right here. Well. Sorry, guys. We're having a technical difficulty.
It seemed like it was working.
Please tell folks how crazy it is to buy a house in Ecuador. We have a couple videos on that. It's a different process for sure.
Yeah, although we haven't gone through it ourselves, so we can't really explain it firsthand, but I'm sure you could find a lot of other people that could share their stories. It's interesting because they don't have the same laws here and like inspections and the same type of insurance and things like that, but it gets done. Oh, and somebody asked how Daisy is doing, and Daisy is doing very well. Thank you.
She's laying here behind us,
yes,
waiting for her dinner.
Yes.
She's not very happy with us about that.
No, it's early. It is not her dinner time yet, but she likes to make sure we are aware of her presence. So I guess she's worried one day maybe we'll just forget. I don't know. We are not planning on moving to Guayaquil. Although there is a neighborhood we like there a lot, Ordesa. They're supposed to be building some new condo development out there, but we don't have any plans on moving there. I actually got a little tired of the heat, which I cannot believe those words are coming out of my mouth, but I missed the cooler temperatures in the mornings and the evenings. So
yeah, I don't miss the heat either. It's nice to wear long sleeve shirts again.
Yes, maybe in another year we'll be saying something different. You never know with us.
Yeah. Guayaquil is not very safe right now either. There's a lot of drug problems there, so we're probably going to stay away from there for a while.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because we like Guayaquil, and I mean, obviously the entire city is not under siege, but it's concerning enough that we're just telling people to be a little extra cautious. I think if you're over by the airport and like what's that? Mal del Sol.
Yeah, Mal del Sol.
That area. We always felt very safe there. But it's definitely a concern. So just be careful, everyone.
See. We don't have any recommendations for CPAs.
No, we haven't really had to deal with that.
My CPA is still back in Denver. That's who we use for the business and for our other personal income. So
Nick's asking, he has an Ecuadorian wife who has dual citizenship. Would it be easier for me to get a visa? I believe so, yes. Mm-hmm. That one, don't you go right into permanent?
Yeah, you can get the Amparo visa. In fact, we just posted a video on Live Abroad Now today about the Amparo visa. And as far as we know, that did not change with the new visa laws.
No, that hasn't come up, but we can clarify that. Oh, and Ayampe is fabulous. We love Ayampe. It's really small though. It's so I guess if you're wanting a lot of action, that's probably not the place. But if you want like super chill area, good surfing, that is a fantastic place. It's really pretty there too. We liked Ayampe quite a bit. Mm-hmm. It's kind of in the middle of everything. So you're and as far as the coast goes, so you're pretty close to Puerto Lopez. But for main shopping and healthcare, you would have to either go up to Manta or to Salinas, I guess. Would you agree with that, JP?
For what?
Healthcare?
Yeah, Salinas or La Libertad.
Yeah. So we are not eligible to apply for citizenship for another year, but that is our intention.
Yes.
So we will be dual citizens. We have no intention of renouncing our U.S. citizenship.
Yeah, and we don't plan on leaving Ecuador either.
No.
People have been asking that, and as we travel around and start filming other countries, people are going to be like, "Oh, are you leaving Ecuador?" That is not our plan.
We love Ecuador.
We love it here. It's a great home base. It's centrally located, and we are eligible for citizenship in a year. And the new visa law, we're permanent residents, mm-hmm. So the visa laws, the new changes don't affect us. So.
Yeah, and we still love Manta, you guys. Don't get us wrong. I just was jonesing for the coast. I mean, for the mountains after living on the coast for 2 years. So somebody asked, it went by quickly, about the heat and humidity of Manta during the rainy season, and it wasn't that bad. It's not like Florida or Texas in July and August where it's just miserable. It was definitely manageable.
What?
You're awfully quiet.
I'm reading. I know they're scrolling by so fast. If you guys want to make sure that we see your comment, you can do that little super chat thing, and that will pop yours to the top. But I'm sorry, I'm trying to read these as they're going by so fast. Vegan restaurants in Manta, we don't know of any.
No.
The South Indian restaurant was the best option that we found because they have they have like half their menus vegetarian or vegan. So also the Martinica, if you tell them that you're vegan, they'll make you a special dish. It's kind of like chef's choice because they don't, none of their recipes on their menu are vegan, but they know what that is and they will cook it for you. What else?
Kobe has a couple vegan options, and you can do pizza, just leave the cheese off. We've done that. I'm trying to think. I know that there's other places.
That was it. We pretty much just ate Indian food.
We did. But if you're new to our channel, you may not realize that JP and I are Indian food addicts, and we love it. And that's pretty much our mainstay. Yeah. If we're not cooking ourselves, you probably will find us at an Indian restaurant. The South Indian is spectacular.
Yeah, it is. Say hello to Ravi.
Yes, please. What?
Everybody's asking where we're moving. We're in the mountains. We're not being really specific because we had some kind of scary issues with privacy in our last two homes. And so we're trying to actually keep this a little on the down low this time. Sorry, guys.
So the restaurant row, it's actually not really gringo. It's very popular with Ecuadorians too. And as a matter of fact, there's a lot of Ecuadorians that go to the restaurants, and there's a wide variety of restaurants. But you can always go into the area over kind of in the central commercial district, like by the Mercado. There's some restaurants in there. Technically, I think Robbie's restaurant is not on the restaurant row. There's a nice variety.
It's just one block off.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Half a block. Yes, Galapagos is on the short list. Yes. Galapagos and Amazon. I really want to do those river tours in the Amazon and go in the, what do they call that? Into the bush.
No, I think that's an Australian thing.
I don't know what it's called. I want to do that. Wow, how do you say that?
Bad medicine. Oh, that's
bad
cool.
Medicine. Cool.
I like it. Thank you.
All I saw were random shapes. My brain did not convert those to letters.
Maybe we need to get your glasses checked.
I think that was a brain issue there. That was not, I saw it. I just didn't make it. Where in Kansas? I'm near Manhattan. Oh, cool. I grew up in Gardner, Kansas, just outside Olathe, Kansas City area. It was a tiny town. When we moved there, it was only, I think, 1,500 people and a stop sign in the middle. But where the two main streets crossed, there was a stop sign, not even a stoplight. So Dean, the healer, rentals, they're not that hard to find. There's a lot of vacation rentals. So I think sometimes the prices have gone up in Manta, but there's definitely rentals that you can find outside, like in Crucita, Santa Marianita, and along the coast. We found that Olón was starting to get a little tricky with rentals, especially the lower price options. However, I think if you're in Manta and you want to be beachfront, those are the harder ones to find. But if you go off a couple blocks, you're going to have a lot more options available. So you'll definitely be able to find some stuff. Mm-hmm. Yes. Rory keeps making ball jokes. I'm laughing, even though I haven't recognized them yet, or what do you call it? I haven't. I don't know. I didn't see acknowledged them yet. I'm laughing inside. And no, Easter Island is not part of Ecuador. I think that's part of Chile. Oh yeah, it's down off the southern coast of Chile. Another place to go. I know. I've always wanted to go there. I know, that'd be really cool. Gosh, there's just so many places in the world to go and visit. Where would you go for the first visit to Ecuador? We recommend Cuenca for everyone. It is so expat friendly. Most people speak English. It's affordable. Wow. I don't know if I'd say most people, but I think most people speak at least some English. Even our cab drivers speak English. So, and Edwin, the driver, is such a nice guy, and he is an extremely safe driver.
He's very prompt too. So we really like Edwin a lot. He's a good guy.
Thanks, Rory. Is Quito dangerous to live? I wouldn't live in, excuse me, in the downtown area of Quito, but there are several suburbs and there's nice areas like La Carolina Park area and La Floresta. We've heard good things about. But yeah, there are areas I would not live in Quito, but most of the nicer areas are safe.
Well, and when we went and visited that San Marcos area, it's a little neighborhood close to the historical, I guess it's technically part of the historical center. All the neighbors knew each other. So I think that's the key. No matter where you are, it's getting to know your neighbors. That makes a huge difference. It really improves your quality of life. That was how it was for us when we lived in El Verjel. We knew all of our neighbors. And I mean, we weren't worried about safety, but it's always nice to know that people are, watching out for each other. Yeah. It's a good thing.
Phil asked if there's any talk about reducing the minimum income requirements. No, they just raised them. There's currently no talk about reducing them. I'm pretty sure they got the 3X multiplier from Colombia, because Colombia, they have 3 times the monthly minimum wage is their requirement. And the difference is that in Colombia, the monthly minimum wage is like $210 a month. Or $230 a month. So it's a lot different multiplier compared to $425 a month.
Yeah, it is definitely was a big surprise to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's very possible they'll change it again. So we'll see how things go.
Jason's asking, you must have been late, Jason. We talked about our move in the very beginning. And yes, we did move because our condo in Manta sold. So we had to evacuate.
Yep. I missed some of the questions.
Wow, so fast. Yeah, Edwin is awesome. Oh, that's Corrine. Hola, Corrine. Haven't heard from you in a while.
So typical flight. So I don't know, typical flight time from Ecuador to the U.S. From Miami to Ecuador to Quito or Guayaquil, it takes about 4 hours. So you can tack on whatever state you're in to the Miami flight time. Hopefully that will answer your question.
Benefits of El Verjel versus Zona Rosa, Totems, or Gringolandia. El Verjel is more of a locals neighborhood, so you're going to be living with a lot of Ecuadorians, and a lot of them are older and don't speak English. It's an older neighborhood. It's really good it's a walkable neighborhood. Gringolandia is not as walkable. If you want to go down to Parque Calderon, you're going to have to take a cab probably.
Yeah, or just accept that you're going to have to take a longer walk.
Do you know where the Totems neighborhood is?
Yeah, I remember where that is. That's kind of over. I don't know how I could picture it in my mind, but I don't know how to explain it to you.
Where is it? Directions from our house.
So remember when we would walk to Fratello and we keep going straight, and then there's past that roundabout, and then there's the Totems.
Oh, okay.
That would be the Totem.
Well, that's almost to Gringolandia.
That's kind of in the middle. I think that's a nice area. We just chose El Verjel. One of the reasons we liked that neighborhood a lot was because we could still walk into El Centro in 20 minutes. And it was close to Supermaxi. So it was just a really good location.
Yeah.
So if we were going to pick a place in Cuenca, I think we would just go back there. Would you agree?
Where, El Verjel? Yeah, I really like that area.
We heard the Supermaxi that they remodeled is pretty awesome.
Yeah, we've heard it's like a Whole Foods.
Yeah, I don't know. But maybe somebody else could tell us.
Man, I got a frog in my throat.
How is COVID stuff in EC right now? Things are pretty calm. It's interesting because they removed the vaccine certificate requirements. So you either have to have your vaccine certificate or a negative PCR test to enter the country. However, there are still places you have to have you have to bring your vaccine card with you to get into the Supermaxi, for example, or the mall. It seems like it varies from area, which is kind of typical in Ecuador. The municipalities can create their own rules for the most part. They have to abide by the national rules, obviously, but each area enforces things a little bit differently. So we went to the mall the other day and we did not get asked for our vaccine cards, but then we went into the grocery store. We did get asked for our vaccine cards. So there you go.
Steve asked about Restaurant Row in Manta. Yes, there are gyms. I haven't seen tennis courts, but they do have that paddle ball court now. And there are some outdoor activities.
Reed, you're moving?
Where?
He said Reed is moving from, are you keeping your hotel?
Oh, yeah. Where's your hotel?
Well, his hotel is in Manta. Maybe he's going to take a break. Are you taking a break? All right, now we have to know. Are you going to do some music in Cuenca? Cuenca has a good music scene.
Do you miss Alone? There are some things we really miss about Alone.
Yeah.
Not enough to move back there, though. But we do. There are some things we miss. Our friends. The restaurants were great. Our Long Beach walks.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful there.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
It is a nice area. But, you know, we like change, obviously, since we've moved quite a bit. Which is funny because I really used to be anti-move until this guy in Ecuador came along.
I don't like being sedentary.
Yeah, I had my house for 12 years and I probably would still be there in Littleton, Colorado, but I have no regrets. No. This is way better.
Are you required to be vaccinated for yellow fever in Ecuador? That is not a requirement. In fact, there are no, well, other than the COVID, there are no vaccines required in Ecuador. But if you go to the Amazon, it's strongly recommended.
Oh, glad that you're enjoying Cotacachi. It is beautiful there, isn't it?
It is.
In Ecuador, it is such a beautiful, beautiful country. We have a lot of people from Colorado.
Jason. Might you settle in Cuenca again? That would make lots of us very happy. I don't know. I wouldn't rule it out. I love Cuenca. I've missed it every day since we left. It was part of it, I think, is because that was our first place that we lived abroad, and just a special place.
It was a little too chilly for me. However, I guess we were in a really weird weather pattern that year because it rained so much, and I've heard that it hasn't been nearly that bad since we left. So, yeah, you know what? I'll never rule anything out. Cuenca is such a really cool city. I miss the rivers. It's really beautiful, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Several of you are asking about our opinions about Ukraine. We don't talk politics.
No.
We feel horrible for the Ukrainian people right now, and is that? I watch the news a lot, and it's very, very sad. But other than that, we are not political experts. And can you guys hear that pounding?
I think our neighbor is hanging a picture or something.
It's like, it's no fail. Wherever we press record, there's some noise. The other day we were recording a video, and they decided they wanted to use the gas-powered bush trimmers right outside our window. We had to stop recording.
Oh, well, it is what it is.
So I wrote about, make sure you guys subscribe to the newsletter. I should probably put a newsletter link in here, don't you think, Amelia?
Sure, why not?
Here's a link to my newsletter. I wrote about crime last week in the newsletter, and I do updates every once in a while about crime, but theft has definitely gotten more common here since the pandemic started because people are struggling financially. So theft is more common. The big issue is the gang violence and the drug violence that we're kind of concerned about, but it's mostly in the coastal region, especially in Guayaquil. But to put things in perspective, Guayaquil is now the 50th most dangerous city in the world. To put that in perspective, there are 7 cities in the United States that are more dangerous than Guayaquil, and there are 17 cities in Mexico that are more dangerous than Guayaquil, and Guayaquil is the most dangerous city in Ecuador. Outside of Guayaquil, it's not that bad.
No, it's not. We feel safe here. People are wonderful. I mean, you always have to be aware of your surroundings like you would anywhere in the world. So,
yeah, really. Just pay attention. The biggest issue here is, can you believe that? I'm going to have to go yell at somebody. I'm going to go look. I'll be right back.
I think it's above us, JP. I don't know what you're going to be able to do, but it is what it is. What are they doing? What are they doing?
trying to go from English to Spanish. That was a challenge. Like telling them, please stop banging.
Oh, that didn't work. He's like, I'll show you.
Silencio.
Oh, well, it's just life.
I know.
That's just the way it is. You just have to laugh and roll with it, JP. Roll with it.
One thing that's common or consistent in Ecuador is noise.
Yes. So somebody asked about earthquakes. We have felt several in Manta, but that was like 6 or 8 months ago. They had a swarm. That was pretty crazy.
That was in June and July last year. There was an earthquake swarm. They had hundreds of them over the span of like 3 or 4 weeks. A couple of them were pretty sizable. They were, but the newer buildings are built toward earthquake standards. So
we never felt unsafe with that either. It just is a little unsettling because Manta had that horrible earthquake back in 2016 that caused a lot of damage, and it just is a reminder that we need to be aware. But it's not going to stop us from living here.
Please don't go down the guns route. I don't want to talk about that. Can you escape the mosquitoes? They're actually not that bad.
No, Alone had a lot of mosquitoes.
Yeah, especially after a rain. But we didn't have very many in Manta.
No, Manta was not bad. Really, overall, the bugs have not been that bad here. We did have some big ones in Alone, though, because it was a lot more humid there. And then we also, I can't say we backed up to the jungle, but there was more, there is, I guess, more forest greenery trees.
There aren't as many bugs in La Sierra.
No, we had some really big cockroaches and
Alone.
Crickets and stuff like that.
Yeah. Let's see. How long do you plan on staying in Ecuador? We have no plans to leave.
Nope. Only to visit other places, not to actually live in other countries.
Yeah, we want to travel a lot, but we don't plan on moving.
Yes.
Do we plan to own in the future? Probably. I'm guessing we will at some point. We wanted to move around to show more of Ecuador for our channel. So that's why we really haven't. Well, and also we spent the first 3 years here paying off our debt, and now we're actually able to save money. So we might buy something in another year or two. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I don't know. The thing is that means we would actually have to make a decision on where we want to live long term. And I don't think we're ready to do that in Ecuador. I mean, not like in the world.
Wow. I can't keep up.
I know.
Somebody asked about the water. You can drink the water in Cuenca and parts of Guayaquil and Quito, but most people just drink bottled water or they have a reverse osmosis filtration system. That's what we have.
That's what we had in Manta. Yeah, it worked really well. It was nice. So I think safest cities in Ecuador, Cuenca, Cotacachi, Loja. I mean, all of the main cities are pretty safe. There's just a couple areas that may be less safe where there's a lot of tourism, or if you're over there by the port, that could be a bit sketchy.
Yes, we are. You can get on the IESS insurance as soon as you have your cedula, which you get right after you get your visa. So you can go on that pretty much right away.
And how is our Spanish?
Yeah, es mejor, pero necesitamos estudiar mucho más.
Yes. And I have no idea how the cuy is because JP and I do not eat that.
Poor little guinea pigs.
I know.
Hola from La Libertad.
Oh, hola.
Oh, Jaime. Oh, we remember you're in one of our videos.
I know.
Hola.
It's nice to hear from you. Actually, I think I saw you scroll by really quickly, so sorry we missed you earlier, but we're really glad you joined us.
Yeah, that was fun. We enjoyed talking to you that day.
I know. That was fun. I like the positive energy you have.
Yeah. Let's see. How is Salinas for safety? I missed that one. Went by too fast.
Salinas is, we have friends that have lived in Salinas a long time, and seems like it's pretty safe there. We did hear that there were a couple of those moto robberies at the restaurants. When was that? A couple of months ago.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was hurt, but still, I'm sure that was pretty scary.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the moto robberies where 2 guys ride up on a motorcycle and the guy on the back gets off and steals everybody's stuff, and then they ride away in a hurry. The nice thing about some of the bigger cities is that most of the nice restaurants have guards, and so that you don't have that issue because they won't do that if there's a guard standing out front. But in some of the smaller towns, they don't have guards. And so it's easier, especially if it's outdoor seating on the street.
So Gilberto wants to know how easy it is to hold a U.S. job as a software engineer in Ecuador. So we always tell people you need to work online for your U.S. bank's company and basically be like a digital nomad, as opposed to asking for your paycheck to be paid in Ecuador.
They won't do that.
Yeah.
So you maintain a U.S. bank account, a U.S. address. You still have to pay your taxes in the U.S. anyway, regardless of where you live. So
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because
I almost wore one of my Ecuadorian shirts tonight, but it was wrinkled.
We're very plain today, aren't we?
You need to buy an iron, Amelia, because my shirt was wrinkled and I didn't want to wear it.
Oh, you're in charge of ironing your shirts,
Okay.
JP. I'm not volunteering for that. I like to do laundry, but not ironing.
So John asked, how much is the IESS? Right now, it's like $68 a month per person, but that's based on the old minimum wage, or maybe $70 now. But with the new minimum income requirements, we are assuming they're going to raise that, so it will be closer to $200 a month now, but we're not sure. Yeah. We're still waiting to hear. That's our assumption, but that's not confirmed yet.
Yeah, and somebody asked about Avianca and LATAM, and we've flown on both, and we've had great flights on both of those.
They're very organized. That's one thing we noticed about the airlines here is they're very organized.
Steve asked if we're always together.
Pretty much. Sometimes too much. Sometimes I encourage Amelia to go join a dance class or go take a yoga class.
That's a fair question.
I know, because we work together and we cook together, and
yeah, sometimes we need to go to our separate corners. But yes, we do take time apart.
Yes, your U.S. Social Security will be paid into your U.S. bank account. I've heard people are able to get it deposited here, but we don't know for sure. Super chat. What does that say?
I don't know.
It's scrolling by too fast.
John.
Clicking
John.
It's easier for JP to see and will increase the likelihood of an answer. No question about here. You two rock. Awesome. Thanks, John.
That's awesome.
I know.
Thanks,
it is hard sometimes. The comments scroll by so fast I can't even focus on them.
I know. Yeah, we do not
No, it's not $70 a day, John. It's $70 per month for the IESS plan. Currently, it's around that.
Right.
But we are assuming it's going to go up to match the new minimum income requirements, because $70 is 17% of the old $425 monthly minimum wage. And we're assuming they're going to multiply the new income requirement of $1,275 by 17% to come up with the new amount. But again, we don't know. It hasn't been announced yet.
So every place we've lived, somebody asked about washer and dryer. We've had washer and dryer in our condo. And I guess they've been electric. Yeah. Are they electric?
What?
The washer and dryer? I have no idea.
Yeah. Hold on. We have a question.
They work well.
Here we have referral forms that you can fill out to get a realtor, tour guide, drivers, insurance brokers, etc. We're happy. We've built a list of people we trust, and we're happy to introduce you to them. And
thank you. I love my gray hair, and I have to tell you, thank you, JP, because he's the one who really encouraged me to quit dyeing my hair. I don't know if I would have had the guts if he did not encourage me to do so, and I do not regret it. And also, hola, Jim and Rose.
Hola, guys.
It's nice to hear from you.
It's been a long time since we saw you in Cuenca.
I know. You need to come back and visit.
Inflation in EC is very low. Well, actually, I should say it's really high this year, or last year it was 2%. Normally, it's around 0%. That's why people who say that expats are driving up the price of things, it's just not happening. No, maybe in certain areas, but even in like those beachfront condos in Manta, a lot of those are owned by Ecuadorians and rented by Ecuadorians. Mm-hmm. So, thanks, John. Thank you, John. We went to an event for that High Expat magazine, and they said that there's about 40,000 expats in Ecuador. So what is there, 18 million people that live here in Ecuador? Yeah. Yeah. So it's a very small percentage of people here who are expats. I'm guessing that expats have affected the price of expat-oriented housing, what we would call like American or Western style housing. in some areas. In Cuenca, we've heard the housing prices have come down. A lot of people are moving out to the country or the coast from the cities, the inland cities. So we've heard the prices there have gone down, but.
Yes. And Harold, Wayne, thank you so much. And to answer your question, I have no idea if there are expats involved in Cuenca's orchestra. That is an excellent question, though.
I don't know either. I
don't
think they're
know.
mostly college students.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. Maybe somebody else, one of our viewers, will have an answer to that. So
Lauren asked if you can get the visa forever. So you can keep reapplying for the temporary visa forever. You can get, like, we have a permanent visa. It's good forever now. We don't ever have to renew that. And you don't have to be, you don't have to become a citizen, but you can if you want to.
Yes. So is getting cash at ATM safe there? I guess you need to, we feel like it's safe there, but we always looked for well-lit places where there aren't a bunch of people loitering around, loitering to get ATM money out of the ATM.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think for the most part that they're pretty safe. Just, use caution and common sense like you would anywhere.
Somebody asked about I forgot who asked about why they increased the income requirement for the visa, if it was to protect the systems. We think it was probably to protect the IESS healthcare system, because people who have more money tend to go with private health insurance and don't rely on the public insurance as much. And the IESS system is having major financial problems. So I'm guessing they're trying to help that.
Yes. JP, you have a question about your back.
What about it?
I don't know. How is your back? How's your back?
It hurts. It always hurts. It's just, I have to live with it the rest of my life, but I persevere.
Evan, thank you very much. We
Thanks,
really
Evan.
Appreciate that. So JP had a couple of doctors that he worked with in Cuenca, but he hasn't actually had to have any sort of major care. He got prescribed Nucleo to help with some neuropathy and nerve damage, and that really did work for him.
Yeah, it helped a lot with the neuropathy. And the massages are what really helped. I need to get a new masseuse. It's hurting just sitting here.
So somebody asked about bringing your dogs. So we have a blog post about that. You have to go to the USDA APHIS, is that what it is? APHIS website. And there's a whole bunch of documentation you have to do. You basically have to get your dogs their own little doggy passport. They have to have a bunch of different shots, all within a certain time frame. That's the majority of it. And it has to be certified. The documents and the shots have to be certified by a USDA certified veterinarian. So give yourself extra time if you're planning to do that, because we were not quite prepared, and we had to push our departure date back 3 weeks to get Leisha's shots all in line so that we can get her into the country. And let me tell you, they are strict, because we were in Guayaquil.
Okay, we've already talked about this multiple
I know
times.
we have
a video and a long blog post about bringing your pet to Ecuador over on Live Abroad Now. If you just go to liveabroadnow.com and search for pets.
Actually, search for dog.
Dog, you'll find it.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch of questions. Scroll by while you're talking.
Hola, Mike. Thank you.
Are there many Venezuelans in Manta? We saw some, not a lot.
Yeah.
We don't have a tax person. Yes, we are familiar. Actually, Vilcabamba did not make the final list for the blue zone. They didn't make the cut because people are so old they didn't have accurate record keeping, so they weren't able to prove their age. So they actually weren't included in the 8 blue zones for that reason, not because people don't live forever there. They live so long they don't have records.
So Mets fan is asking about Chinu. Chinu is great. Chinu and Abin and her baby, who is now a year old, they are back in Cuenca, and they are doing well.
Yep. And we don't have a trip planned to India, but I would go back.
Oh, yeah.
It was a love-hate relationship. There are parts of it I really did not like, and parts of it I loved.
Yeah, and somebody asked if we've been to Colombia, and we have not. Colombia. We have not been there yet.
Do you see a lot of gringo pricing? Yes. I would say that if you get to know them, if you go back to the same place over and over and you get to know them, the pricing gets better. In fact, we went to a fruteria in Manta,
Oh,
And
yeah.
the kid was working there on an off day, and he didn't recognize us, and he tried to gringo us, and his mom came and was like, no. And she completely changed the price of what we were buying to a lower price because she knows us or knew us.
Yes. I think Cotacachi and Cuenca are about the same temperature. At least they were when we were there.
Yes, Cotacachi's a little lower, isn't it?
A little bit.
It's almost the same.
Yeah.
It's only like 400 feet lower, I think. Apostille, that's a legal document that is agreed to by the international countries, and it's part of the Hague Convention, and it's basically just a legalization that's accepted by other countries. So you can get something legalized in one country, and then another country will accept it.
Yeah, somebody was asking at what stage you have to get the documents of the apostille. And to be honest, I don't know if it's before or after they're translated to Spanish, because we let Gringo Visas handle all of that. Somebody else on here might have the answer to that, though, because we know some people have done their documents on their own in the U.S. So we're not the experts with that.
Manta's weekend traffic comes also from Guayaquil and Puerto Viejo.
Mm-hmm.
You still, no, we moved. Does EC produce decent whiskey? I don't know. We've had good gin. The Crespo gin was good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about whiskey. We're not liquor drinkers.
No, I'm not a whiskey person at all. Sorry.
Do they have women police officers? Yes.
They do,
We
yes.
see them quite often on bikes and beats and driving cars.
Cindy, thank you for recommending the state's website. That is very helpful.
Yeah.
That's great to know.
Beer
So,
is better.
Apostle first and then get the docs translated. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're just learning all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it is easier that when we go to places where they don't speak as much English, our Spanish advances quickly.
Yes.
But then when we go back to English speaking areas, it goes away. We are not planning on getting another dog yet because we want to travel a lot, and it doesn't feel right to always have the dog at the pet sitters.
So Jeff,
but Daisy is here somewhere.
oh,
Where'd she go?
left.
She
She's
left
probably
us.
sitting over by her in the kitchen waiting for her dinner.
She's mad because we haven't fed her yet.
So, wait, where was it? Oh, question about mail service. So there are, you can have stuff shipped to Ecuador from the U.S. using DHL or UPS or FedEx. I know that those work, but it's costly. There's meal services that you can use, or ask somebody that's bringing coming to Ecuador to bring something in their luggage. That's what most people do. As far as actually getting stuff mailed here, I've heard people getting stuff mailed here. I don't really know how, and it's not something I would actually risk. And Donnie boy, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes. Oh yeah, we use the traveling mailbox too, and
traveling mailbox.
Yeah, and we tested it out before we left the States, and we just absolutely fell in love with it, not getting all that junk mail. And we changed everything to be online, so we hardly get anything into our traveling mailbox, which is nice.
The inflation in Ecuador is completely separate from the inflation in the U.S., so we're not seeing a difference. I mean, we haven't really noticed price increases here, but now we may because of the war in Ukraine. 39% of the fertilizer that is used in Ecuador comes from Russia. And because of the sanctions, they are no longer importing that. So now they have to go to other sources for the fertilizer, which now is going to have a decreased supply and an increased demand, which will cause the price to go up. So we are anticipating an increase in food costs probably.
So Lauren asked about the postal service here in Ecuador, and I thought that they disbanded that during the pandemic.
They did. Yeah, the postal service is, I think Lasso just may have sold it to a private company, but I think any mail that was en route is gone.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we don't know. We haven't heard anything about that yet. Somebody asked if I had an MRI here. I have not had one here in Ecuador. I probably should get one. It's been 6-7 years since I've had any.
Has it been that long? I
Yeah.
guess so. Do we think there'll be more towns developing new luxury real estate on the coast in the future? Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen more happening in Playas. Courtyard by Marriott is supposed to be building some big resort down there.
Mhm.
And with its location to the Guayaquil airport and a beautiful beach, incredible weather, I'm guessing they'll start doing more building there, but who knows? I did see a post on Alone Life that there's some talks about putting in some sort of commercial center there, which I can't even imagine. But
Yeah, I think
I
that
don't
they
know.
will start developing more as more people are demanding those types of housing, especially in Manta. Manta has a whole bunch of empty lots right on the ocean. They
Yeah.
haven't done a lot of development there. $200 for an
Wow.
MRI. That's awesome. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing that, Blaine.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hola, New York.
Hola, Will. What happened to my crutches? Well, they're still with us. I just hope I will never need them again. I'm just being more careful.
Yeah, you don't have to, they changed the rules so you can come with either a completed vaccination card or a negative PCR test, but just know that you may not be able to get in every place without the vaccine card.
Right.
Like malls, restaurants, grocery stores, some of them are asking, some are not.
Yeah, it's really, I think it depends on the town you're in.
Yeah, I know that was bad, and Guayaquil got hit so fast. So the issue that happened in Guayaquil was so early in the pandemic. There was a woman that came back from Spain who had COVID. She proceeded to go to a baptism, a graduation, and a wedding, all within the span of like 3 or 4 days, and basically infected 100 and some people. And then all of those people went home and went to their back to school and went everywhere. And that's why the outbreak in Guayaquil happened so quickly that they just couldn't handle.
Yeah.
And it was just so bad.
Oh, it was horrible. And you know what? You're right. We do have I think, a special relationship with Alone. We're really grateful we were there during the pandemic. That was a crazy time though, wasn't it?
That was weird, surreal,
Yes.
especially going back there again after
I know.
being locked down for basically months.
Yeah, and you're right. This is a lot of information to sift through.
Yeah. The new minimum income requirement is $1,275 per month this year. Next year, we're expecting that to go up to $1,350.
Yeah.
Because it's tight. It's 3 times the monthly minimum wage, which is going to go up $25 a year for the next 3 years.
So cheapest way to transfer money from the U.S. to Ecuador would be to do a bank-to-bank wire transfer. You can do like Zoom and PayPal and stuff like that, but their fees are higher, but they all work.
Time for Indian food after the live stream. Yeah, probably. Long-time fan with no
that's a good
postal
idea.
service and consistent addressing. How do emergency services like fire and ambulance function?
That's a really good question.
You tell them where you live. It's usually the neighborhood, the cross streets, and then someone goes outside and waves them down. I mean, that's pretty much what happens with deliveries, with everything.
And we have 911 here,
Mm-hmm.
and that works really well. So it definitely works. It's just it's just not as precise.
Yeah. So for the lost sheep, the $1,275 is for the pension or visa is based on your Social Security income statement. It's not gross income. For the digital nomad or the rentista visa, it's based on deposits into your bank account. So that would be gross income, not net.
Right. And then, John, the income requirement for the professional visa is currently $425. However, we are waiting to hear if that is going to change to the $1,275 like the other visas.
Yeah, we assume it will. They just didn't specifically name the professional visa in the new law.
Oh,
cool.
Cindy,
I guess we should check that out.
I don't remember seeing that thread on 911 and
Thanks,
emergency
Cindy.
services. Wait, Cindy, you're so helpful.
Cindy, what channel was that in? Was that in the general channel or?
Well, we could do a search on that for 911.
Yeah.
Geez, JP, shame on us. I'm sorry that you don't meet the income requirements. That I know that really has been painful for quite a few people, and it is sad.
Yeah, we have not been to Papayacta yet. It's on the list too.
Yes.
We have a long list.
So,
Go ahead.
oh, John wants to know what the point is of getting a professional visa. I guess it depends on.
That's what we have. I have a professional visa because at the time when we applied, that was the only one I qualified for.
Yeah. Well, we're not retired, so we're not getting our Social Security.
And they didn't have the rentista then.
No, and the digital nomad, and we didn't want to do an investor visa.
Yeah.
So it's just another option.
Yeah. It's nice if your university is listed. And Maité said that they're getting universities added to the list if somebody has one that's not on there. So it's an option. And we'll find out. We're going to talk to Maité more in the next couple of weeks. The government's going to roll out the new protocols for the new visa law. So we should have more information. We're going to record another video with all the details, and hopefully we'll know what the professional visa minimum income requirement is by then.
Yes. So we've had a couple of people asking about weed being legal. CBD is legal here.
Yeah, medical marijuana was legalized, but we don't know where you get it, and it's still really confusing. It's not like it was in Colorado.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joan.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Yeah, it was very easy in Colorado because, man, they passed that law. And the next day I was driving to work, and I think I drove past 20 of those pot cafes, or I don't know what you call them.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, the tourist visa, you get 90 days. You have to apply for the 3-month extension or
Correct.
the 90-day extension.
And yeah, you can buy your medications here easily. Somebody posted, I remember seeing this a while ago, about a list of medications available in Ecuador. I have not seen anything like that. I think you can go to some of the pharmacy websites and just search for your medication. And they don't have everything here that they have in the US or in Canada, but you might find some other things that will work better, like JP and his Nucleo, for example, which we cannot get in the United States.
We do not want to do any sort of business type thing. Somebody asked if we want to start a tourist company.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of work.
No,
and there's a lot of tourist companies already. Magic mushrooms? I don't know, but you can get that other stuff. That what's that? Ayahuasca or whatever?
Ayahuasca and the San Pedro.
Yeah, so I bet you can get it.
Yeah. You can find it here.
Oh yeah, you can definitely find it. I just don't know. I don't know what the exact laws are around regular marijuana, not the medical kind.
Let's see. Somebody asked about, prostitution is legal in Ecuador, surprisingly. But it's, I guess you see them on the streets in Quito. And in Cuenca, there's a red light district where you go for that.
Yes.
Thank
you.
What?
Vanessa said, I look amazing. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
I know, she keeps getting younger. I keep calling her Benjamin Button because she's aging in reverse.
Except for my hair, but that's okay.
I wish my hair would age in reverse.
I like your bald head, JP.
Thank you. Somebody asked about doing tours like the Panama tours. We've done a few. It's a lot of work. And
well, it's difficult too, because I still work. And we just don't have that type of flexibility. That's a whole different animal. And we really like doing our YouTube and this kind of stuff.
Plus we have 2 YouTube channels. We have a blog. We have a full-time job, a part-time job. What else? We have our e-course referral program. Takes a lot of maintenance, even though we make virtually no money from it.
Yeah, but it's all.
We get a little finder's fee, a little commission here and there, but we spend a lot of time managing the referral program and for nothing.
Well, that's not nothing. We appreciate that. We're happy because it helps out the drivers too. We don't get any sort of commission from them.
From any of the Ecuadorians that we refer. We don't charge them commissions.
No, and it's nice to be able to help. It's a win-win because it helps you guys out and it helps them out.
Yeah, and it makes it easier for us, the referral program, because it used to be we would get so many requests, it would take us days to respond.
Right.
And now it's immediate. You fill out the form, you get the introduction immediately. So
yes,
it works much better.
So Steve, I think, the CD rates are still around 8%.
Yeah. Bald is beautiful. Love it.
Absolutely.
Mr. Clean.
So is there volcano insurance? I think there is. Didn't Carla say you can actually get? Yes. I don't have any idea about the cost, but you can ask an insurance agent about that.
And 8% in a savings account, it's a what's it called? It's a certificate of deposit. You have to put the money in for a year. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's just because Ecuador's credit rating is not as good as the U.S., so the interest rates are higher that they are charged and that they pay out. So
yeah, we've heard really good things about Ecuador expat journeys too, and that's who we recommend if you guys are looking to do one of those kind of tours.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of good things about them.
So the road from Quito to Manta, when was that? Like a month ago? They had a major landslide. I haven't heard anything about that lately, though.
Mm-hmm. So for the pensioner visa, it's just your Social Security income, or if you have a private pension.
Yeah.
The income statement has to show that you're going to make that much per month for the rest of your life. You can't add any other income sources into it, which is causing problems for people. Some people were self-employed and, they have $900 a month from Social Security and $4,000 a month from their private, regular investments, but they can't get a pensioner visa. So the only option then is to do an investor visa.
So somebody asked a question if there's a need for STEM teachers. I have no idea.
We don't know.
I'm sorry. There's always a need, I think, for English teachers and teachers in general, but honestly, I don't know what kind of pay you'd be looking at. I don't think teachers make a lot of money here. So how much money can you bring into EC and how much cash can you take out? So you can leave with under 10,000. 10,000 is the max on the plane without being taxed. Bringing into the country, I have no idea. I think it's the same. Is it $10,000?
What?
How much cash can you bring into Ecuador?
Yeah, that's a kind of an international rule.
Is that okay?
$10,000. So the freedom will ring. Will they be deporting expats then who have a lower pension amount? No, it only applies to the people who apply for a visa going forward. Right. It doesn't apply to current visa holders. So
the drive from Guayaquil to Cuenca, you cannot go through the Cajas right now because of landslides, and they've closed the road. And that is the road that you do need Dramamine on, in our opinion, because it's very windy. So now you have to drive through Cañar, and I think it can add like an extra hour, but it is a little bit flatter and safer.
We've never been on that road though, so
we haven't.
We've never driven from Cañar to Guayaquil.
You're right. We haven't done that stretch. We've only done half of it.
Yeah, that's correct, Ellen. The banks, the cooperatives are the one they're paying 8% interest on a 12-month or more CD. The banks are paying like 4.5% or 5% interest. Current time allowed outside EC on temp visas.
Well, temporary visa, you can be out as much as you want. However, if you want to become a permanent resident, you can only be gone for 90 days.
90 days during your temporary visa period. So during the 21 months leading up to your application for your permanent visa, you can only be gone a total of 90 days.
And then, Lindsay, if you want to extend your tourist visa for another 90 days, you have to wait till like the day before or the day that it expires, and you go to the office and you apply for an extension. And unless this is one of the laws that have changed, currently you can only do that once every 5 years, correct?
For this extension, yes.
Yeah, they really either want you to just be a true tourist or apply for a temporary visa, 2-year visa.
We're not, the issue with the new law, they just changed this. So we're not sure, John, on the exceptions to the 90-day rule.
Right.
But because it used to be if you were an investor visa, you could be gone as much as you want, still apply for permanent. But the way the new law is written is that you can only be gone 90 days total during the 21 months leading up to your application for the permanent visa. I don't think they differentiated between visa types.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
We'll know more in a couple weeks.
Hopefully, yes.
We do not know anyone with a digital nomad visa yet. They really just announced that, but they had the rentista visa before, but it was not a feasible. It was a useless visa. I'd be shocked if anyone actually ever qualified for it. So, but they reworded it now, and I'm guessing that a lot of people will be applying for it.
So Jonathan said they drove Guayaquil to Cuenca yesterday. Yeah, the Cajas route is kind of sketchy. So I would definitely recommend going that other way. If anybody's done that, let us know how it was. You do not have to have a college degree to move to Ecuador. The college degree is if you want to get a professional visa. And then you have to have, your college has to be one of the ones that is accepted by Ecuador, and they have a list.
Yeah, but like Maité said, that they've been able to get universities added to the list. The main requirement is that, what is it, 80 or 90% of the classes have to be taught in person.
80%.
80% in person. Yeah, you can open an account at a bank without residency.
Well,
at a cooperativa.
Yes.
At a co-op,
Yeah,
like JEP.
like JEP.
Most people use JEP. We had Paul Wilches help us in Cuenca. He organized a truck. We didn't have very much stuff, so we just had a small truck that was almost empty. But it was too much to fit in a van.
And how is the power grid in Ecuador, power outages, power surge? We haven't had a lot of issues with that. We did have some power surges in Manta, which was the first place that's happened. Power outages happen occasionally, but they're really not that bad.
Well, the condo in Manta had a diesel generator. So whenever the power did go out, that kicked on. So the power would flash, but it would come right back on because of the generator.
But it wasn't that often.
No.
And then we had power outages in Olón, but I think that they were planned because they were usually in the morning at like 4:00 in the morning. We had a few in Cuenca too. The biggest issue with Cuenca was that they were replacing a lot of the water pipes, and so they would just turn off the water without giving us any notice whatsoever, which is very frustrating.
Jasper, you can bring in electric bicycles with your household items, but you cannot bring electric cars or golf carts or anything motorized that you ride other than the electric bikes I think you can bring. But there are electric vehicles for sale. In fact, we saw one just the other day. It was a Kia Echo electric or something. It looked like a little, it was a Kia Soul. But we see electric vehicles a lot here. Buenas noches, Blaine.
No, you do not have to have a college degree to get a visa. It depends. You only need that for the professional visa, which is a temporary 2-year visa. You can go a pensioner visa, investor visa, rentista. There's a whole bunch of different ones, and you have to meet income requirements. The professional visa is the only one that requires the college degree.
Yep.
All right.
Norman asks again, can I survive with my military retirement and Social Security? I guess it depends on how much it is, but we know a lot of people who are retired military and police here who will live very, very well. It's so much more affordable. I would say that as a single person, you can live here pretty comfortably in some areas for under $1,000 a month. If you have like $1,500 a month, you're going to be living really well as a single. And I would say $2,000 for a couple. You're living really well. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. PLBMCK. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Would you recommend investing in a property and renting it out until it's time to retire? Pitfalls.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, we know. We actually have several friends who do exactly that because they're expecting the value of the properties to go up, especially along the coast. And so they're buying now and renting it until they retire. It's really a personal choice. I don't know what the pitfalls would be other than dealing with renters.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah. But you can hire good property managers to deal with all those headaches.
Yes, we still bring our trusty PB&Js. And somebody asked if we're going to salsa dance, and I would love to start salsa dancing again, but I've asked JP a couple times, and he's just kind of poo-pooed it. We'll see.
My legs they don't work right. They don't move when I tell them to. There's like a delay.
So when I was a kid, my mom would always want to dance, and my dad would just stand there, and my mom would just spin around. So you could do that, JP.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, if you're concerned about altitude sickness, we definitely recommend the Maté de Coca tea when you arrive. That seems to help a lot.
Yeah.
We have not been to the Crepes and Waffles restaurant. I did not realize that was a Colombian restaurant.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Crepes and waffles sound yummy.
Do you see many retired expats from Canada? Yes, we do. A lot.
We do. Yes.
Most of the condos in Ecuador, most of the places are for sale by owner, but they will sell to someone using a real estate agent.
Yes.
It's just so different here. The real estate market is so different here.
Yeah. So we see a variety. A lot of it is for sale by owner, but there are definitely some that are represented by agents as well.
Yeah, especially higher end places are usually represented by agents. Where can you buy Maité de Coca in Cuenca? There's a place called La Primavera, right? There's a few of them around town called La Primavera. They sell it. And some of the little organic shops like Semilla and Tienda Nectar.
And Cindy said that she used Benadryl. So that used to make me sleepy. Maybe.
I guess then you just don't care.
I guess so.
You're asleep.
I know you can get the leaves too, because somebody said that they got the coca leaves to make into a tea over there in the kind of by the flower market, I think, in that area, maybe over by San Francisco Plaza.
Yeah. Thanks, Corrine.
Yes, thank you so much, Corrine. Nice to hear
You've been watching our videos, I think, since the very beginning.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Oh, coca leaf powder. Oh, I've never heard of that. That's cool. I bet you that's easy to use.
I would say, I don't know.
Are you reading the scale from 1 to 10?
10 being essential. I would say, I don't know. You can get by here without being fluent. It helps to speak taxi, restaurant, and mercado Spanish. That's what we always tell people. Focus on that.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I mean, it definitely makes life easier if you could speak some Spanish, but the basic stuff will get you by.
Yeah. I'm going to, let's see here. I'm going to share the link to our e-course. We're getting a lot of questions that we answer in the e-course, so I guess I should promote that while we're here. So it's got 60 videos. We spent 3 months putting this course together. We'll actually do every step of the process from I want to move to Ecuador to I'm living in Ecuador. And so checklist and a city comparison matrix to help you decide where you want to live. It's really been really helpful. So,
would you ever? Travis asked if would we ever consider buying a car and driving in Ecuador?
Yes, I keep telling her I'm like every day I'm like going back and forth. I'm like, I want a car, I don't want a car, I want a car. We'll probably get a car at some point, but Amelia will probably not drive it. I
will be fine not driving ever again.
To me, it's stressful. Everyone in Ecuador will be fine with that too.
I think it's relatively safe to drive here. We have other friends that have bought cars here and they drive all over the place and they've been just fine. It's just not my thing.
Minimum price for a reliable car. Cars are more expensive here and used cars really hold their value. So it's you're going to find a different market for cars here. Yeah. Motorcycles are very common and much more affordable.
And very popular, yes.
And very popular.
Are the Manta expats mostly U.S. and Canadian? I would say, yeah. We met a lot of North American expats, not so many European expats. We met a lot more European expats in the Alone area, which is really interesting.
Mary, I just posted the link to the e-course above. You can also find it on liveabroadnow.com. And for recommendations, for referrals, we have a referral program. It's also on liveabroadnow.com.
Wow, that's so cool. Shammy74 said they're bringing 8 families with them. That's awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, Jasper. Jasper Frenchie.
Thank you.
Big fan. Blah, blah, blah. I can't keep up. Shorter comments.
Did you ever get over to Ciudad del Mar? We did get over there. It's really pretty. It's the only issue with Ciudad del Mar is that that area, you really need a car if you want to get into Manta. Otherwise, you're going to be taking a lot more taxis because it's not walkable.
Yeah, you can't walk into town from there.
But yeah, there are some gated communities in Cuenca. And then especially if you go out to like Chayobamba, some of those other areas, there's some nice gated communities.
I'm currently on a 2-year temporary work visa. Do I need 2 years Social Security to get my permanent visa? So as far as I know, the work visa is not convertible to permanent. So you would need to reapply for another temporary visa that is convertible to permanent. but you need to check with the visa agent on that. We are not visa agents.
No, we don't get asked a lot about the work visa. Sorry. But hey, Johan.
That's cool.
That's so cool. Hope you're staying warm in Poland.
Olaf from Poland. That's really cool. Thanks. Really appreciate that. Place to stay in Cuenca, apartment.
So Vilcabamba is in Loja. We have not spent time in Loja, but we did spend time in Vilca, and it's really nice. It's nice. The weather's nice. Our only complaint about Loja is that we felt like it was a little bit isolated. However,
Mary, there's the link for the e-course again. Just click the link. Or liveabroadnow.com when we type that up.
Yeah, that doesn't pop up. Oh, I guess that's because you have it like shortened or whatever.
That's our website with everything, our referral program, the e-course, how to join our private community, and all kinds of free information, our FAQs.
There's a lot of information.
Tons of information.
Yes, you might end up going down a rabbit hole. The search function works pretty well.
Yeah,
that will help a lot.
Click the little magnifying glass. There's search boxes you can use. Just keep the searches short. It's not Google. It's not fancy like Google, so don't type in long questions, like 2 keywords. Awesome. Thanks, Linda.
Oh, that's awesome. You guys, Brian, you guys are retiring early. Good for you. Cotacachi is really nice.
Yeah, we loved Cotacachi.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful there. Every time you walk out the door, you're like, oh my God, look at that. Look at that.
I know.
It is otherworldly.
Hola.
Hola, Maite.
We lived in the Elberhell neighborhood in Cuenca. I think that's what you're asking. And I use Colgate. Nothing's fancy for my toothpaste, but thank you.
It's got white. It's like Colgate.
It is whitening or something.
Whitening Colgate. Yes. That's what we use. I know everybody asks, how did you get your teeth so white? Like we brush them every day.
I think it's my electric toothbrush, you guys. I'm kind of anal.
I don't use an electric toothbrush, and mine are white. I just brush them every day. We get them cleaned every 6 to 8 months.
Yep.
At the dentist, where they scrape it and do the. I hate that,
but it works.
What were the best advice for yourselves when you were 20 years old? Oh my God, I would say, don't take life so seriously. Yeah. It's short. Don't commute to a cube for years and years.
And I guess my teeth are natural. I guess, does that mean, do I have caps? I think, I don't know. Yep. They're mine.
They're all hers.
I have had braces twice. That was not fun.
Let's see. Yes.
20 years, boy. I wish I would have traveled a lot sooner. That would be my advice to myself, is go out and experience more of life and don't worry about work so much. But I don't know. JP, I think we're going to have to wrap this up soon though, because
yes,
Daisy is going to need her dinner.
Yes, Daisy is hungry.
So who said that? Oh, we are moving to Cuenca next year to live there permanently.
Awesome.
Yay. We hope you love it.
Good to see you guys. Come see us in our new house in San Jose.
Oh, awesome. Congrats.
Oh, David. That's David. Hola, David. We haven't talked to you in a long time.
Oh, it has been a long time.
And you're in your new house already?
Wow. Wow. So it's built. That is exciting. Oh, yeah. We need some pictures. We'll send you an email. Yeah, I do drink coffee. I'm telling you, it is that electric toothbrush. That thing, I am addicted to it. You have to brush for 2 minutes. JP makes fun of me.
She does. Yeah, if I'm in and out of there, I have a very specific routine. It takes about 20 seconds and I'm done.
Yeah, I think we're like, I think we've maxed ourselves out because we're talking about brushing our teeth on our live stream.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad, JP.
All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap this up. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I'm hungry too. Daisy's, I'm sure, starving. She's probably put us in timeout now. So we're going to go feed Daisy.
All right. Thanks all for joining us. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thank you guys all for the super chats too. We appreciate that.
Yep. And we'll see you all soon.
Ciao.
Ciao. Oh, we have